It's time for the NCW Light Channel's Spotlight on Business. A look inside area businesses to find out more of the story that went into being successful in North Central Washington.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are thrilled to be up in Manson, our newest Chamber Calls member, with Jeff Conwell, the president of the Manson Chamber of Commerce. Jeff, tell us a little bit. By the way, Happy New Year.
Thank you. You as well. Good to have you out here.
It is great to be here. And tell us a little bit about the difference, because, you know, people think Manson is just another Chelan or a piece of Chelan. It's really a completely different feeling. It's a different vibe. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, Manson, you know, it's got really kind of a, kind of a laid-back family atmosphere out here. We have people who will come out to our business and, they've been coming to the Lake Chelan Valley for 20, 25 years, and they didn't even know Manson was out here. So we're like, hey!
I've had people actually tell me that. Where's Manson?
Right.
Isn't that up in the wheat fields over in Douglas County? No, that's something else.
So that's one of the missions of the Manson Chamber of Commerce is, we just have to yell a little bit louder. I always say, if this was Lake Manson, we probably wouldn't have to yell as loud, but we want to let everybody know that it's a terrific resort community, a great place to live, right here on the beautiful shores of Lake Chelan. So.
Yeah, and right behind us we have Wapato Point, which is a huge establishment. Tell us a little bit more about some of the other businesses and other things going on. Wineries are big.
Oh my goodness! We use a slogan in here. It's called "More to Manson." And why do we say that? Well, there are more wineries here in Manson than any other place in the valley.
Really?
Yeah, there are more lakes. Here we've got Rose's Lake, we've got Wapato Lake, we've got Dry Lake, and of course the crowning jewel, Lake Chelan.
That's right.
Yeah.
People don't forget about those other lakes that are right here.
And terrific fishing out there at all those lakes.
Right. And speaking of fishing, you got a marina, beautiful marina.
Beautiful marina.
Boat launch down the other way.
Yeah. We've got, we've really got some tremendous amenities here in the Manson area that people can come out and take advantage of. Great hiking trails, certainly great access to the lake, and our marina, as you mentioned, it's terrific. Our parks department's done a fabulous job of maintaining not only that boat launch there at Mill Bay, but also down here downtown with the park and the marina. It's a terrific asset to the community.
So much to see, and it's only, 12, 15 minutes from Chelan. It's not that far.
Yeah, we're 7 miles down the road. It's easy.
Hard to believe. Speaking of parks, we are standing out here in the middle of this field. We're wondering why.
Yeah.
And you're going to tell us about the latest edition coming soon to a theater near us.
Yeah, we sure hope so. So what you're seeing here is what is known as Leffler Field. In fact, you can actually Google it, and Leffler Field comes up. The Leffler family has owned this property for years and years, and they're making it available for purchase by the Manson Chamber of Commerce to keep forever as a park for our community. So we're really excited at the opportunity. We're just starting the process, working with other government agencies, Chelan County commissioners. We're working with the Port of Chelan County as well, the PUD, our Parks Department, our school district. Everybody's really jumping on this opportunity because, it's an opportunity for us to put our fingerprints on the community. And, the economic value of a park it's incredible what it means to a community.
Well, it just adds the last piece to the puzzle. You've got everything else up here in Manson. Now let's talk about events. You've got a big event coming up, Winterfest.
Yes.
And the winter thing here is changing every year. It's been pretty quiet in the past, but you've really got this thing cranking. Tell us about Winterfest.
Yeah, we have the Manson Chamber of Commerce works hand in hand with the Lake Chelan Chamber of Commerce to really make this an exciting event. So the first weekend of Winterfest, as you know, happens in Chelan, and then the second weekend of Winterfest happens in Manson. It's Ale Fest. And man, has that caught wind. It's so fun.
Now, see, I didn't even know that. It's Ale Fest.
Ale Fest, yeah. Now, Friday night, they have a special thing for distilleries. And there's actually where you can come in and sample spirits on Friday night. And then on Saturday, it's Ale Fest. And they've got cideries, breweries, and it's just a heck of a lot of fun. They've got a great big heated tent right downtown Manson. The streets are blocked off.
Really?
It's a hoot. So we invite everybody to come out and enjoy that.
Well, I got to tell you, I've been to the Chelan version. I have not been to Manson, but I will be here this year. We got to check that out. It's fantastic. Is there anything else going on in January?
Actually, that's going to pretty much wrap up January, but right on the heels of that, in February, our wineries are going to be putting on red wine and chocolate.
We're going to come back and talk about that another time, and that's coming up too. Well, it is terrific to be again up here in Manson. You're the newest addition to our show, and we hope to come back and talk to you some more about other things that are happening. There's so much going on in Manson. How do people find out more about these events and the timing and what it's all about?
Yeah, all you have to do, Cary, is go to our website. We make it real easy. It's moretomanson.com. moretommanson.com. We've got a full calendar of events there. Our phone number and contact information is there, and we'd love to have you just check it out and come on out and play.
moretommanson.com. Great place to check out all the great events here in Manson. Business-wise, a lot of things going on in this town. You've got, I just want to mention a couple of the big things going on. You got Blueberry Hills up here, which is a destination resort or destination restaurant, and then the casino. You know, people don't realize they hear the Manson Bay Casino. Well, that's right here.
Yeah.
So you got a huge casino. These are things you don't see anywhere else.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And some more great downtown.
Great downtown, great restaurants, and just more and more exciting things happening here in Manson. I mean, with breweries and cideries and, of course, wineries. So we're excited.
All right. Well, there it is from Manson, Washington. Jeff, thanks for being with us today. We will get back to you next month, and we'll catch up on that other event, which sounds like a lot of fun. And we'll be right back with Chamber Calls. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Chamber Calls. We are at the Chelan Chamber of Commerce, this beautiful place that we've visited so many times, but we're thrilled today to have the executive director, Mike. Great to have you on board. We wanted to have you several months, but you were too busy campaigning.
That's right.
First and foremost, congratulations on your re-election.
Thank you.
And I know you're heading back to Olympia soon.
I am, but
So,
we've got a lot to deal with before then.
Well, you do. You have a lot going on here, and that's what we're here to talk about today. It is the new year, a whole new year ahead of us, and your winter program here has really come around. That's something that Chelan suffered a little bit of the seasonal issues, and you've done a great job of pumping up the winter program. Tell me a little bit about what's going on in January, particularly.
Yeah, well, Happy New Year, first of all. And
Thank
second
you.
of all, we are really excited about the winter programs. It's really what we've been focusing on over the last 5 to 6 years is build out that shoulder season and put a lot of our marketing emphasis, in fact, most of our marketing emphasis, in building out the winter season and recreational opportunities for the whole of the Lake Chelan Valley. Sure. And the big thing that we do for that, of course, is Winterfest.
Winterfest, yes. What an amazing event. I've been there.
So much fun. It's a great event. Lots of folks from around the whole of the Puget Sound region, and folks now coming as far away from us as Hawaii,
Wow.
New York. You know, it's really fun. People, when you ask, how'd you find us? Well, they Googled winter and wine. And here they are.
Ah, there's the mix. That works. So tell us a little bit about the details. I know the streets get shut down, and tell us a little bit about how it goes together.
So it's 2 full weekends in January. Martin Luther King weekend kicks it off here in Chelan with a lot of great activities. Wine Walk, the Grand Wine Walk, Soup Fest, fireworks, the Polar Bear Splash, live ice carving, beautiful giant sculptures. We carve about 40 tons of ice through the 2 weekends.
And that's on display here in the main street area.
Correct,
Yes.
yeah, right up and down Wooden Avenue.
Okay.
And then the second weekend is held out in Manson.
Right.
A great event where we focus on ales and ciders.
Yes, I just heard about that. That sounds very good. So tell me a little bit about the wine walk here and how that works in Chelan.
So there's 2 options, really. There's 3 options, actually. You could do a grand pass, which gets you into all of the activities all weekend long. So there's the tent, where you can taste the wines from all over the valley. Then there's the grand wine walk, where you get to go into the stores.
Right, because you've
and
got a
taste
number of
some library.
wineries and tasting rooms right here on the main drag.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we're trying to showcase wineries from all over the valley. And it's their opportunity to get in front of the consumer and to really showcase what they've been producing.
And how many wineries do we have
This
now?
year we'll have, in total around the valley, we've got 32.
Okay. Wow.
And it's just growing every year.
Yes.
There's a new winery popping up, it seems like, all the time.
On the way in today, I saw a new one that just popped out of nowhere.
Yes. Yeah, I think that might have been Nebbiolo.
Yes, it was. It looks fantastic.
They're getting ready and really excited about that. And then, of course, for the wine walk, we're going to feature probably 17 different wineries. Wow. You'll be able to taste from.
It's over a couple of days, too, so it takes a long time to go through that bit.
That's right, yeah. You get a set number of tastes, it comes with a button, and of course the button has other intrinsic value as well. It gets you into things all over the valley, it gets you discounts in various stores, so you get coupon deals and like 2-for-1 things all over the valley. So the button offers are really a great way to support the festival just by buying a button.
I didn't know that's how it worked, but
Really fun.
Tell me about live music. That's my favorite part.
Live music.
You have some great bands up here.
We are so
and right
fortunate.
out on Main Street.
Right on Main Street, right outside here of our building, we set up the stage, and there's live music all weekend long, all the way through Saturday night, even after the fireworks.
And different kinds of acts. There's various
Oh,
types
yeah.
of bands. It's not all the same kind of, because I noticed that there's a lot of different demographics, a lot of different people, and they're all enjoying it because they're seeing a lot of different things.
Yeah. Over the years, we've kicked it off with Radio 80s. So Friday night was the 80s
Love
band.
those guys.
Cover band. Then we've had country music. We've had just R&B. We've had a whole variety of things to, to meet the needs of people.
So you got wine, you got retail, you got music, you got ice sculptures. I didn't know you had that many ice sculptures. That's pretty amazing. Anything else you want to add about Winterfest?
Well, the one thing that we're doing that's going to be fun the second weekend is honoring Vicki Downey, who is the lifeguard out in Manson. We're going to actually throw a polar bear splash into the mix out in Manson weekend as well.
Okay.
And Vicki will be leading the charge. As you know, Vicki swims year-round, basically. She's still swimming right now, and it's colder than cold.
You think?
But she still gets in that water, and she loves it. So she's going to lead that polar bear splash in Manson. So that's exciting. The Tower of Ice and Fire will be carved again in Manson. It's a giant tower carved out of ice that we light on fire in the middle of the street.
Oh my goodness.
It's really
a fun idea.
Really a fun thing. And then, of course, the carriage rides will happen in town here all weekend long during the first weekend, and then the Apple Bin train rides the second
Now let's
weekend.
get the dates on this. This is the third weekend in Chelan. The fourth week will be in Manson. So, and it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or just Saturday, Sunday?
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and if you want more information on this, your website is?
You can go to LakeChelanWinterfest.com.
Okay, Lake Chelan. Oh, you have one just for the event.
Just for the
event.
event.
Okay, I'll give you all the details. It's not a very long drive to come up from even Wenatchee, folks, but we're going to see people from all over the world here. Well, it is an exciting time. It's great that what you've done with this winter program. I know I've been to a couple of them. Are you going to be able to come home for it?
Oh, I'll be home.
Oh, good. Okay. Yeah. Well, you don't get quite as busy early on, but later on it'll be tougher. Well, we hope we get to see you in the next few months as you bounce back and forth. Matter of fact, we'll be back in February and talk more about that because there's another big event coming, another wine-oriented event, right? Well, there's a lot going on. So there you have it. Lake Chelan Chamber of Commerce, Mike Steele off to Olympia, but coming back for those fabulous events like Winterfest. I will be here for Winterfest and with a lot of folks. I'm sure it's going to be bigger than ever. So we'll be back next month to see what's happening after Winterfest. We'll be right back with Chamber Calls. Welcome back, folks. We are at the Wenatchee Valley Chamber of Commerce. It is Happy New Year, and we have Shiloh Burgess with us, the Executive Director, to tell us all the exciting things that are going to happen in January. But before we do, last year was a pretty good year for the Wenatchee Valley, don't you think?
Oh, I would say so. We had a booming 2018, a lot of change, a lot of evolution. I think the thing that I'm most excited about is the reinvestment in downtown. I mean, this is our place, right? So we had Goodfellow Brothers come in. Their headquarters now is up above us, which is awesome. 7 different buildings in downtown have switched hands, so a lot of construction. And then, of course, in the tourism industry, we're going to have new hotels opening here in 2019.
That beautiful new hotel right down the street is going to be open soon. We're going to be talking about that when it happens, and it looks like there's room for even more capacity beyond that. More hotels coming in across the water, and so it's just moving forward. So
we're moving forward.
We're moving forward.
We're ready for 2019. Let's bring it.
Absolutely. So let's get to 2019. It is January. There's a lot going on. Tell us about what the Chamber's doing in 2019.
Well, first week of January, we'd love to have you come down for our first Friday event in downtown. We always feature something special, so check us out for that. A couple other big important events happening. If you're looking for employment, talking about that big hotel, 15th and 16th, the Hilton Garden Inn is having their job fair, which is really important for folks that may be wanting to get into the hospitality industry, which is a great industry for folks to be part of with an awesome company here locally. So we'd encourage folks to check that out. And then fun thing happening at your place, which is an awesome program that we have, which is called Careers After School. And on January 30th, NCW Life is hosting our students here in the Valley, their parents and teachers, on careers that they can have with NCW Life or in that telecom kind of industry.
That sounds great. So tell me about what we're going to talk about. When the kids come in, and what do they get to do?
Well, there's going to be 3 different segments, but really what we love about this program, the foundation of this program is taking kids and their parents and helping them understand that there are a variety of educational pathways to the careers that they may want to have. And so they're going to come in and they're going to see a variety of different careers, whether we're talking about sportscasters, telephone, IT engineers, those kind of things, but looking and saying, okay, so if you're interested in this industry, we'll call it the telecommunication industry, this is what it will take take for you to get this job? And if you get this job, this is how much money you'll make here in our valley doing this kind of work, here in our state doing this kind of work, and here nationally, what's the national average? And the success we've had with that, Cary, is parents suddenly go, oh, so for my kid to be successful, they don't necessarily need a 4-year degree. Or my kid has this passion in this area and I don't really understand it, but it actually could be lucrative for them. They could make some money. They could actually get an apprenticeship potentially and do on-site training. And so it really gives us an opportunity to show teachers, kids, parents, and highlight businesses and the great jobs that they have available right here in our valley. So we're excited about that.
I can tell you, running a TV station is very complex. There's a lot to it, and it requires a lot of great people. It's a lot different than the radio industry, which I was in for many years. So that will be exciting, great for the kids to see that. And yes, we have a lot of very young people at NCW Life that do a very good job. And you know, there's like you said, there's all kinds of different jobs there that are available. So something for everybody. So you do this at other places too,
We
though,
do
right?
this at other places. We just hosted one this past year. We do 4 usually a year. So the PUD, Chelan County PUD, has been a huge sponsor for us. In the past, we've been to dental offices. We've done funeral homes. I mean, Creepy Careers. That was when the first year we did it, which was really fun with Telford Chapel of the Valley.
That would be an unusual one.
Oh, we had the coroner there. We had the funeral director there. We had just all sorts of folks connected to that industry. And there is some really great paying jobs in that industry. And so we've been out to Stem-Milt and seen all the different jobs that that company has to offer. And so it's a lot of fun. And we encourage families to learn about this. We encourage kids to pester their parents about it, or grandparents to pester their grandkids about it, you know, and say, hey, have you heard about this program? And would you like to participate? It's free to them. They just have to register in advance.
You know, one of the things I find a little different about Wenatchee Chamber of Commerce is you're doing a lot of things outside the standard chamber realm. You've really invented a lot of things that other chambers don't even get involved in, and employment is a big deal.
It is a big deal.
We'd like our kids to stay here. It seems like an awful lot of them move away because they don't think there's opportunity when there really is. So
Absolutely.
That's a terrific program.
Well, and there's a lot of conversation across the state around career-connected learning, and who better to connect students to careers than business owners, than entrepreneurs, to really help them see this is what a day-to-day life in this job looks like. You might think you want to be an accountant, but do you really want to be an accountant? Or do you want to be a bookkeeper? Or you might think you want to be a bookkeeper, but maybe you really want to be an accountant. You know, there's many different pathways. Or I like marketing. Well, how does that apply? Marketing is in every business, but it's different when you're in the healthcare industry, like Confluence, let's say, versus, well, the PUD needs marketers. Or you want to market with the ag industry. I mean, there's a whole slew of opportunities.
Unlimited choices. That is fantastic. Well, I got to tell you, like I said, I'm just fascinated with all the different things you do here, more than I've seen in any other chamber. And but I think when we talk about business, you got to be concerned too with some changes, you know, politically happening. We've got a minimum wage going up. We're going to be talking more about that on another show. But you've got a lot of headwinds in some ways too facing coming up. And
We do.
Are you concerned for your small businesses?
Well, of course we're concerned with our small businesses. We're also trying to be proactive for our small businesses. So the Chamber has an advocacy committee. We have top 5 priorities that are focusing in that committee. So that's housing. Everybody knows that housing is a concern. We're looking at outdoor recreation and forest health. We're looking at tourism. We're looking at education and workforce development, which is really important, and then regulatory issues. So we'll be very active in January with the legislature in session with that advocacy committee, but we'll still have time to party. I mean, the last thing I guess I would leave you with is we have business after hours once a month, and we have a lot of nonprofit partners. And so for us, we'll be having business after hours at the museum, which is fun because the museum has a new director here locally. So we hope folks will come out on the 23rd and be part of that event.
Very good, Shiloh. Looks like a lot going on in January. They tell you the winters have changed around here. It used to be kind of quiet town in the winters, but not anymore.
Oh, we get ski races going on. We have skiing at Mission Ridge happening. We're still always pray for snow up in the mountains. My grandma would say, I don't know that I want it on the roads down here, but we like to be a mountain town. And a lot of times folks don't think of us as a mountain town, but we are a mountain town, and we have a wonderful ski resort just 20 minutes away. And so I am actually looking forward to skiing for the first time in like 22 years. Josh Jorgensen is the Chamber's president, so I made him a promise that I would go and I would do skiing at Mission Ridge this year. So feature that later on, but that coming to a show near you, I'm sure.
I'm going to tell you, the new equipment's incredible. I went back after 20 years, and those new skis are amazing. You're going to love it. Yeah, we don't talk about Mission Ridge a lot, and it's really a focal point for this area. And it's they're just having another great year. It's just how it works.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we'll wrap it up for Jen. Or anything to add before we head on out?
Well, you're always welcome. If you're looking for something to do in downtown, come see our tasting room. It's unique to us. If you need some local wine, beer, cider, Brewers Row is a big part of who we are. We're going to have a new brewery coming to downtown, so we'll talk a little bit about that a little bit later. But come visit us. If you have friends or family coming into town, we're here to help you know what you can do. Sometimes we're not sure what we can do here in the winter months, but we're here to help, so give us a call.
Well, there's plenty of brochures over there, and I found things that I didn't even know were happening.
Absolutely.
So, all right, that'll wrap it up from the Wenatchee Valley Chamber of Commerce.